You just mentioned cell phones. What about tech and Pegasus? And is this stuff people need to think about? Is this becoming something that's going to be more prevalent in the future? Or is it just happening all the time right now? Pegasus is this virus, I guess you can put on iPhones that basically take over the iPhone. And I don't know. You know more about that than me.
So when it comes to tech stuff, when it comes to data, I think it's important for people to understand that there is no privacy. There is no digital privacy that you can reasonably expect. Everything technological that we touch was created for our convenience. That's why technology exists. It's for our convenience. When something's built for your convenience, it has to pay itself off some other way. So partially they collect our data so that they can make the system better. So they learn what we're interested in, and then they roll that out in the iPhone 13A, right? Whatever it might be, or the Google Pixel, 2Y. Who knows what it's going to be called? But they partially collect your information to improve the quality of the system. But they also collect your information so that they can create big data sets that they use to create new offerings that they already know you're going to be interested in, or to sell the data to advertisers or other businesses that want the data from your target set. Those are two main areas where your data is compromised. The third big area is that the government, by law, cannot collect your personal data. But the government can, by law, purchase your personal data from a place where you have given them permission to collect your personal data. So most of the government's data sets don't actually come from them collecting the data. That's a very expensive operation. They can just write a check and basically become a monthly subscriber to Google Data Services or Apple Data Services or Amazon Data Services, you name it. And that's the way they collect your data. And it's fully legal then because the company has your permission to collect the data, and the company has signed a contractual agreement with a user.
Okay. Now, did they give up all of your data then to the government, or is that why you want end-to-end encryption? And how reliable is that? I was in Dubai recently, and one guy said, well, WhatsApp, it goes to the CIA. Telegram, it goes to the Russians.
Close.
That's what he said.
Telegram goes to the Russians. WhatsApp goes to the Chinese. Signal goes to the Israelis.
Really?
Yeah.
WhatsApp goes to the Chinese?
WhatsApp goes to the Chinese.
Isn't it Meta that has that company?
They own it.
They own it.
They didn't build it. It was built by a Chinese company.
And then they suck the data out of there.
Yeah.
Still.
Absolutely. That's how the world works, man. So TikTok is developed by the Chinese, right? Huawei basically is the manufacturer for all satellite communication systems that sit at the top of our nuclear silos around the world, around the country. So that's a Chinese company that owns the communication systems that communicate between missile silos. So it's a messed up world in many, many ways. But to your point, the data that's shared is not necessarily the data that we think is shared. End-to-end encryption and what you're actually sending on Signal or what you're actually sending on WhatsApp, the data itself, the message, the plain text message is encrypted end-to-end. Nothing else is encrypted end-to-end. Who you are, who you're sending it to, what your cell phone numbers are, the date, timestamps on when you sent it, the geographical location of your cell phone and their cell phone, when you sent it, when they received it, all of that, which is known as metadata, all of that metadata is open to whoever controls the platform that provides the service. That is way more interesting than the comment inside, right? Nobody cares about you and I having a virtual conversation about the World Cup. That's wasted time to review that. But what they do care about is if you and I are connected via cell phone, then what cell phones are you connected with? And what cell phones that you're connected with are also connected to my cell phone, right? And how can a intelligence apparatus use that to get closer to you, me, or one of your guests? Because I'm guessing many of your guests also give you their cell phone number. So now they essentially have the cell phone number of your guests without ever having to go to your guests.
So my data is being tracked by intelligence services.
If I sat in China or Russia or Israel, I would make you a priority target.
Okay. And they can do that?
I am too, don't worry. It's
okay.
Welcome to the club, it's okay.
And do they put like Pegasus on my phone, or they can just do it through data services?
They wouldn't want to put Pegasus on Here's the problem, if they put Pegasus on your phone, they take control of your phone. But as soon as you find Pegasus on your phone, the whole phone gets tossed. You get a new phone, a new SIM card, a new IMEI identifier, and now they have to start all over again.
And now I'm more aware. as well.
Right. The people who want to take control of your phones, those are not intelligence services. Those are criminals. Cyber criminals want to take over your phone because they're trying for a different goal.
The short con, just to grab things.
It's not even really a con, it's a hack.
Right, okay.
Right? What formal intelligence services want to do is give you confidence. Confidence that your information is secure, confidence that your information is yours to control, and it's a con. You have the confidence in a con, not them. So they want you to feel confident and comfortable because people who are confident and comfortable, they act in predictable ways.
Okay. You mentioned Mossad earlier. What's Mossad like? We know the CIA. You mentioned some of these other intelligence services. How are they different? How's the relationship or the respect from CIA?
Mossad is more like the CIA that we see in the movies than we are. CIA in real life is more like Office Space or The Office. It's really more like silly cubicles and interpersonal dynamics and who brought the cookies today and who brought the donuts yesterday kind of thing. It's really not as interesting as the movies make it out to be. Mossad is more like the CIA you see in the movies. They are extremely professional. They actually do seem to kind of fit a hiring motif. Like they are fit, they are usually good looking, like they are quite particular about who they let in. CIA will let in all different types, partially because they want a diverse workforce, but also partially because they're regulated by federal regulations that they have to not discriminate based off of looks, age, gender, pregnancy status, whatever else, right? So we have all these laws in place that the agency has to adhere to as a government organization. Not every government does that. And then Mossad is also, they face a very different threat than what we face. We're not facing existential threats. There's nobody out there who's trying to eradicate the United States. There are multiple countries out there trying to eradicate the entire existence of Israel.
Yeah.
So different nexus, different tolerance for risk, and a different level of rashness in the kind of operations they run. That doesn't mean they're sloppy. It just means that they're bold.
Right, and they'll do things that other agencies won't do.
Because we're too afraid of, well, what if it lands on the front page of the New York Post?
Right, they'll just assassinate people and jack them and do all sorts of crazy stuff.
They'll let it land on the front page of the Post. At least the guy's dead.
That shooting of that Iranian nuclear scientist guy with that remote-controlled gun out of a flatbed truck or something that happened a year ago, I was pretty impressed with that.
They've dropped motorcycle bombs with like sticky bombs that they drive by on a motorcycle and stick it right to the car and then drive on.
Right.
Like that's the kind of stuff that American CIA officers, we like dream of being able to do that sort of thing.
Right.
But we'll never be able to.
But you can't.
I'm looking for partners, collaborators, colleagues who want to join forces with me around the globe and create real value, generational wealth, and financial freedom for everyone else around the world. Get involved in the cryptocurrency markets, get involved in the NFT markets. This is your moment. Life all comes down to a few moments. Don't let this pass. Now it's not too late. Next year's going to be too late. Ultimately, this is about freedom. That's the way I see it. This is about giving power back to the people and enabling billions of people worldwide to use the financial markets to improve their lives and those of their friends and their families and their communities. Honestly, I think it's a violation of human rights not to allow people basic access to financial services. Because right now people are being kept in the dark, they're being robbed of education, and it's a travesty. And so I'm looking for people that want to join me and be a part of this solution. And that all happens inside the DeFi Academy. The gains my students are making are absolutely amazing. Double, triple digit gains in the first month alone. That's amazing. This will change your life. Now is the time to get involved. I'm gonna tell you exactly how my students in my academy made money in the last 30 days. I'm talking about real trading results. And let me just whet your appetite a little bit. Let me hit you with some numbers. I'm talking Brendan from New Zealand is up 68.77% on the month. Steve from Europe up 83%. Albert in Singapore up 169.9% on one single trade. I got Susan up 153% on her call options alone. Also rocking 139% returns and 442% returns as well on individual trades. These are people that are changing their financial future in the last 30 days but it's based on trading discipline.
I've graduated over 500 students from inside my academy from over 54 countries around the world. It's amazing. When it comes to crypto, DeFi, and blockchain, we love this space. We truly believe it's the future. This is down to our core. It's authentic to what we're doing, and everybody can tell through the camera because you can't make this stuff up.
If you're watching me now, wherever you are, I implore you, take 60 seconds right now and join my academy. Apply today.
Now you've got a chance. Life all comes down to a few moments. What are you going to do? What's the choice that you're going to make?